Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to our Fields channel today on F125. So, doing something a little bit different today, as you see by the title, doing something a little different against the AI this time around. We're doing a Master First challenge. So I did it on last year and the year before that, so I thought I'd do it again on this year's game. Why not? Do something a little different, trying to challenge myself a little bit against the AI. So yeah, so 5 nights are out, and away we go at Japan, and I had a really good start. Managed to overtake those guys and managed to avoid that Ferrari there before turn 1. So yeah, not a bad start. So I'm quite surprised on that. Got a really good start on this race. So yeah, so we're at Japan at the Suzuka Circuit. So one of the best tracks to drive on. And also, the scenery and the background, if you see right now, looks fantastic on this year's game. Apart from getting hit by Alonso in the Aston Martin through the S-bend, but luckily I managed to avoid it with no damage, so I'm fine with that. Managed to hook Hulkenberg at the second right-hander, so not I was thinking about it, but I just went for it anyway, just for fun. Turns out no damage at all, so we can move on from there through the hairpin now. Managed to get into the top 10 already, so only at halfway through the field, so making progress at end half of that, so we haven't got to the end of that one yet. So not bad. Managed to took science at the spoon curve on this layout very nicely. So now I'm going to try use all my battery because AI are so quick in a straight line, so I have to use all my battery to get the same speed as them. Kind of impossible, but at least I get a hang of it eventually. And then try and get Charles Leclerc at the chicane at the end of the lap, so very nicely. Into P8 now, if I'm getting my numbers wrong. So yeah, not a too bad first lap. So I gained from last to 8th in the first lap, so not too bad. So that is kind of what you need to do in the last first challenge. So I got past Liam Lawson at the second turn, very nicely, saw the gap, and I went for it. So not bad so far. So yeah, this is one of the new updated tracks, including Bahrain I did a few weeks ago. That was when that's the first time I played F125 on this game. So yeah, so this one, around Japan looks fantastic on this year's game. So I really like Japan. This Japan might be my favourite one so far, out of all the updated tracks I did. So I decided to get past this guy at the hairpin. Got past one of the Mercedes, down at the hairpin. So into P5 now. Got Stroll in the first sector, so did similar to like Alonso did in the first one, where he hit me twice on that same corner. So not getting no damage for that, and then we move on from there. Not too bad at all. So now I've got to try and catch up to Russell now, using all the battery on this straight down towards the 130R, and then also the chicane as well. Saving a little bit of battery before the break. Try to save my battery a little bit. Get past Russell, down towards chicane, into P4, and then get a good exit on the exit of the chicane, through the last corner, and now I should get the fast of the race, but it turns out I'm not, so it looks like I'm not the quickest at the moment. Using all my battery now, down towards turn 2, and then I'll save a little bit through the first sector, because I need to save the battery, and of course, try and get through here, the first sector nicely and all that. Not too bad. So now I'm going to try to catch up to the Red Bulls now, including the Staffen and Norris, my teammate, who's leading the race, because he's on soft tyres and all the others are on hard. So I decided to go on softs because it's kind of the best strategy, because you need gripper tyres compared to the hards. So I thought softs would be the way to go. So it turns out it's softs or hards in this 25% race. So I was like, nah, I'm not using a hard, screw that. I'd rather use it in a 50% race instead of that. Not too bad. I've got a purple third sector, so let's hope we can get this Red Bull driver for P3 at his home circuit. So let's try and chase him down, and using all of our battery again to get closer, and then I'll turn a little bit into none to save a little bit, and I'll turn it back on medium to get the speed, turn it back into none before the braking zone, and then try to get past him on the inside there. Gone a little bit too deep, but it's okay. But no track limits, but it's fine. Using all the battery with DRS, and that is the fast lap of the race. So I'm after 3 laps, so not too bad at all. So yeah, so now I'm going to try to catch up to Mustafa and Norris, who are leading the first two. Only a second and a half from them, so let's see what we can do from there. A few laps later, I managed to get into the DRS of Mustafa for P2. So yeah, ran the last corner with DRS, using all the battery. My battery's empty at this point. So I'm going to come in the next lap, so I'm going to also ask Jeff for coming in.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Yeah, I'm just asking Jeff to... I'm coming in this lap, so just letting the pit crew know I'm going to come in this lap. So at least Norris won't come in this lap, because he's on the same strategy as me. So that's why I'm pitting first, then Norris. So that makes it confusing, and also I have to do a lap later, because I don't want to do a double stack and all that. If I want to do the undercut on Mustafa and Norris. So yeah, so I'm just saving my battery a little bit through the first sector, and of course through here, and also save a little bit through the hairpin, because that's kind of the best place to save the battery from. If you're racing against AI or online, I would say not much. So it might be difficult online. So you might save a little bit in the train, but maybe not when you're needing. So and all that, or if you have a nice gap where P4 is or something, I don't know, something like that. So yeah, so coming with the spoon curve, using all the battery now, once again. Just trying to stay in the same straight line speed as the AI, because they're so quick in a straight line on this year's game, compared to last year. So yeah, so I'm saving my battery now to go into the pit lane. So that is what I'm going to do through the chicane. And then on the exit as well, keep it at none. Stafford decided to come in as well, so I decided to follow him as well. Make sure I don't get a penalty. Lucky I didn't. Just about. Not too bad at all. Yeah, so I decided to do the undercut on not just my teammate, but also some others as well. And then now I'm going to try overtake my Stafford in the pit lane. And then nice pit stop from the crew there, as always. And I just overtook my Stafford in the pit lane. So that is quite clever. So that's not too bad. So yeah, so I just overtook my Stafford in the pit lane. So that was very good. So now I decided, instead of going on to the hards, I decided to go on mediums, because you don't need a hards in a 25% race. But the tyre wear is quite high on this year's game compared to last year's. So, but it's okay on mediums in a 25% race. So you should be alright. So against the AI, because they're doing different strategies and all that. So that bit there was, I don't know, a little bit awkward, but we got through eventually. But normally that's not what I was thinking of, but I got through eventually on that Ferrari, so not too bad. Yeah, so we got through eventually, but I'm fine with that. So let's try to catch up to the ones I haven't pitted yet, and see how it goes from there. Try and get a good exit around the spoon curve, through there nicely. Very nicely through there.
Lando's in the pits. Lando in the pits.
So yeah, so Nando is pitting now on this lap. So that is why I don't want to do the double stack or do the overcut on this one. So that's why I'd rather do the undercut than the overcut, because it's much... You gain more time on the undercut than you do on the overcut. Sometimes it works on the overcut. Depends if you're in traffic, they've got traffic snow ahead or not, or behind you or not, or something. I don't know, something like that. But luckily, I managed to get past Norris down towards turn 2, and that is P1 for the lead of the race. So not too bad at all. So very nicely. So as we skip on to lap 10 now, Verstappen's got the quickest time at the moment, and he's kind of still on my tail though on these soft tyres. But they might go off eventually, because the soft tyres might be a killer around here. So it's kind of, I don't know, maybe the temperature maybe, or it could be the tyre wear. So I know the tyre wear is quite high, so that's why I started on the softs first instead of mediums. So if it was a 50-cent race, I would say I would have done it the other way around, hards to mediums. That's what I would have done in a 50-cent race maybe. So at least the hard tyres is the good choice to go on. Yeah, so So I'm quite lucky with that. So what I'm doing now for the last few laps is just trying to hold on for the lead behind, including Mustafa, who's very fast behind me, and including Norris as well, who's literally on the tail of us a bit. So yeah, just trying to just keep it together, keep it nice and tidy, make sure I don't get any stupid warnings or track limits or whatever, or stupid mistakes sometimes I do. And then hopefully should be fine from there, really. Yeah, so coming through the end of the lap now, the end of lap 10 now, through the chicane, just make sure get through here nice and tidy, get a good exit, using all the battery on the exit, because it's kind of important to stay ahead. He's only 4/10 behind me, so I'm going offensive slightly down towards turn 1 and 2. So very lucky through there, not too bad at all. So I managed to fend for P1 for now. Very nicely. Now I've got to save all my battery again through the first sector. And then Norris got past Mustafa there on that lap. So Mustafa's lost a place there. So I'm not sure what happened there, but at least it's good for me for now, and managed to get a good gap for now from there. Not bad at all. So now I've got to try and run away a little bit, and then that should be fine from there. All I need is a second gap to make sure those guys don't have DRS on me, and that should be fine. Yeah, you have to do is keep it on medium some of the rest of the lap, and then because I think medium's better than none, but none you do save a bit of battery, so yeah, that's why I keep it on medium against the AI. So just to try and stay in a straight 9 speed and all that. Well, sometimes it's a bit on overtake or even hot lap sometimes, I don't know. I do usually overtake a little bit at the exit of this corner, but just in case. But not that much, because I know it's important. So yeah, coming towards chicane once again. Didn't put in none this time because I got almost a full battery there. So yeah, Norris hasn't got DRS, but at least I can use a little bit of battery down towards this straight. Not that much, because I've got a nice gap behind. So no worries on that. Very nicely. And then Stefan just took Norris at turn 1. So he's back into P2 now. So now I've got to try and push a bit more on this lap, just to keep going to the end and all that. Yeah, Japan looks fantastic, so not gonna lie. So yeah, I think it's the best thing they've ever done, really. So that's why it's gone in the right direction on this year's game. So yeah, not too bad at all. I've come towards the end of the race now. I managed to hold off Mustafa for P2 for the lead. Come around the last few corners, and it's going to be a win at Japan, and also nice first challenge complete. Fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Thanks for the coordination.
And an award-winning day for Oscar Piastri as he takes the checkered flag and wins.
They had to be decisive with their overtaking today as they worked their way through the field. And those kind of race victories are so enjoyable because it's not just like winning from the front. They really had to work for it today.
It's time to bring out the bubbly and spray it around. It's our podium celebrations. They give out trophies for the winners. Today, they're Oscars. Your winner today, Oscar Piastri.
Yeah, so that is NASA's first challenge done, complete on this year's game. So yeah, not too bad. I quite enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed this challenge. So around Japan, looks fantastic. Much better than it was on F124. So I quite enjoyed it on this year's game compared to F124. So yeah, so they made the right direction on that. So that's one good point on that. Yeah, not too bad for this challenge. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this one. So not too bad at all. Yeah, so that's for me today. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. That page not as well. Turn your notifications on so you miss all my videos. And that's for me today. So have a nice weekend. Enjoy your week. Have a nice day. It's going to be really warm, so make sure you stay cool and don't make sure you get burned or something, or make sure you drink water and all that, so to stay cool and all that. Yeah, so enjoy your week, have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next video on F1 25. Have a nice day and see you there.